Today we are doing 114, order of operations with rational numbers. And we talked about this a little bit in the last video, and I mentioned please excuse my dear Aunt Sally or PEMDAS, and that's what order of operations little acronyms are. So here is what order of operations are broken down. Whenever you're solving a problem, you first want to deal with the parentheses. Some look like these little parentheses signs that we're used to seeing when we read. These are brackets. These are two different types of brackets, or a fraction bar. So whenever you see those, you know that you are going to deal with what's ever inside those first. Then you look at the exponents. Then you look at multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. I have them starred right here because whenever you have multiplication and division left over, you want to use what's called the left-right rule. So that means you start from the left and the right and you add and subtract or multiply and divide depending on what's left, and you do that first. You always go from the left to the right. So you can kind of do these together, just you go from the left to the right, like the way you read. So let's get into our first example, example number 1, and it says to simplify. So we're going to do our order of operations. We don't have any parentheses, but we do have an exponent. So I'm going to have 60 times 3 divided by 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 squared is 4. And then I look and I go, okay, I only have multiplication and division left. So you're going to start from the left and go to the right. So we have 60 times 3 is 180 divided by 4. So we have 180 divided by 4, which gives us 45. Let's look at B. We have some brackets here and parentheses. So we're going to look at just these brackets first and not worry about that 2 for a little bit. We're going to do order of operations inside those brackets. So I'm going to look at the parentheses here first. And I have 0.5 minus 1.1, which will give me 0.6. And I still have that 2, and I still have 6 squared. So now again, we're going to do 6 squared because we've dealt with our parentheses first, and now we're going to move on to our exponents. So 6 times 6 is 36 times 0.6. Again, we're still looking at inside these brackets. So I have 36 times 0.6. 36 times 0.6, and I actually should have a negative here. Let's not forget our sign. Can't forget that it's in bigger numbers, so it must be negative. So 36 times negative 0.6 is negative 21.6. And now we've dealt with everything inside those parentheses, so we can go ahead and multiply 2 times negative 21.6, and I would get negative 43.2. Here we have C. Continuing on with our order of operations, we have 3/5 plus 2/5 squared divided by 1/5. Order of operations, you must do the exponents first. We can't simplify anything in the parentheses, it's just 2/5. So we move on to the exponents, so it's going to be 2/5 times 2/5. Two times 2 is 4. 5 times 5 is 25. So I have 3/5 plus, now I have 4/5 or 4/25 divided by 1/5. So now I'm going to go ahead and go on. Exponents, we don't have any multiplication, but we do have division. So I have 4/5 divided by 1/5. So 4/25 times 5/1, because remember, you take the reciprocal and multiply. So 4 times 5 is 20. 5 25 times 1 is 25. So all together, I have my 3/5 right here. So I'm going to have 3/5 plus my 20 over 25, which I'm going to go ahead and reduce that first. So 20 over 25, so we know that 5 goes into both of those. 5 goes into 24 times, so I can write 4, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. So now I have a common denominator, which is nice when I go ahead and add these together. So I have 4 plus 3 is 7/5. And if you want, you can leave it as 7/5, which is an improper fraction, or you can go ahead and write that in a mixed number. 5 goes into 7 one time with a remainder of 2. Let's look at D. We have some parentheses and brackets going on. So we're going to look inside those brackets first and do our order of operations. So let's look at 5/6 minus 2/3. So if we're going to do 5/6 minus 2/3, we need to get common denominators. So I have to multiply this by 2. So I would have 5/6 minus 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. 5 minus 4 is 1, and I have my 6 on the bottom, so I have 1/6. So now I can carry down what I have. I have -3. Now I have 1/6 inside my parentheses to the third power. I still have to finish what's in the brackets first. So -3 times 1/6. -3 times 1 is -3. This is just a 1 on the bottom, so 1 times 6 is 6, which reduces to be 1/2 because 3 goes into 3 once and 3 goes into 6 twice. And I still have it to the third power, so I have to take all of this to that third power. So I have -1 to the third power over 2 to the third power, because if you remember from the last section, you have power to a power, and so it's going to be -1, and the reason is that it's negative is because 3 is odd, so you know it's going to be a negative answer, and 2 to the third power is 8. So your answer is -1/8.